Morning. I'm going to start. No, I am. I am being asked to admit people.
Good morning.
Morning. Why you people are being put in the waiting room?
I was wondering about what's going on today with that.
I have no idea.
It's normally in the settings of the Zoom, I think.
Okay, I'm just gonna start and admit as we go on. Um, Zoom every time Zoom can just surprise you.
Yeah, you couldn't even get out your position.
Okay. So this what I'm gonna do now is what we'll be doing from next Sunday. We'll just be going over the watch list and the top plays. If there's something to learn, we'll just be doing it uh, for, for just 30 minutes. Just 30 minutes, and then the rest of the time we'll be discussing the watch list. Okay. Um, I know many people don't look at this. I know it's a lot of stock, but each stock is categorized in a different group so that you know what to expect for the week. Now, the group I usually tell you guys to look at mostly is the momentum list because those are stocks that are uh, momentum means they either if they are bullish or they are having a pullback or continuation, or if they are bearish, they give you momentum means they can move for days or they can fill those gaps. If you look previously when they were going up, if they are going up for days and filling those gaps, and if they're coming down, they will do the same filling those gaps. So this is the top list that I want people to look at and pick plays from this list, identify the trend. Those people who attended the one-on-one this weekend, uh, they at least they're ahead, they know what I'm talking about. You identify the trend and then you count the days. I'm not gonna talk about counting days. If you haven't attended or rescheduled yourself for the one-on-one, I said I'll only do them in 2 weekends. So we did the first one this weekend. It really went amazing. Then I'll do the rest next weekend. So if you're not scheduled for any of the two, or if you missed this weekend, please make sure you're scheduled next weekend. Okay. So momentum, these are the list of stocks. I know it's a long one, but can pick the stocks you're familiar with, or you can pick the stocks that you know previously how they move, or you know the levels. I know Netflix, we should be singing the levels, AVGO, ADBE, uh, Meta. I know Microsoft, you haven't looked at it a lot, but it's a post year, and you guys should be looking at it. Because we said we don't just look at a stock after it reported earnings that next day and then we forget about it. We've seen how stocks move from one earnings the next. It's only 3 months. So identify the trend post ER. If this stock was bearish, like Meta, will it continue going down? Is it going to pull back? When it pulls back, does it create a lower high or does it go back to 330? We know the last level was 330 and we know it rejected 274. So if a stock is rejecting a previous support, it means it wants to go back up. So it hit 279 and we saw Thursday, Friday, it hit, I don't know if it touched 300. Okay, so we know the levels for Meta. I'm talking on Meta because it's also in the, I've included it also in the possible 5K play. So we know Meta from 305, it usually fills the gap to 315. If it's above 315, it's supposed to go to retest 330. So the levels are not so difficult to comprehend. You just need to go back to the chart and identify those levels. It either has to go back, up, or it's a bearish continuation. If it pulls back and doesn't retest the
Excuse me,
previous,
Virginia.
yeah,
Well, we are seeing just the. Are you on a
Oh.
chart? Because we're just.
I thought I'm sharing something.
We just have, or rather, all I can see is the momentum list.
But that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I thought you were in a chart.
No, I said I'm going to talk about the watch list. I'm not talking about specifically, I want to go through the list so that you guys know what to expect. That's what I'm talking about. This is the momentum stocks. So this is the list. You pick stocks you're familiar with, or you understand the levels. Crowd, Lulu, LMT, Lily. I keep talking about Lily, ADB, AVGO, UNH. They've been in this momentum list for months. If they're going up, they're trending for days. If they're pulling back, it's a day or 2 or 3. Continuation for days. So you want such place so that, and CMG is added here because it reported earnings and it hit a level where now it becomes momentum. All about this is that when stocks hit the certain level, they usually fill those gaps. That's why they become momentum. So you want to look at stocks that have been added. They were not there last week and they are here this week. So that's how you catch some of those moves. So what was there last week and what has been added this week? It was not there last week and it has been added this week. Okay, so that's for momentum. Now the second list is the one expecting zigzag. You either get a double bottom or a double top. Meaning, if this stock, like for instance, QQQ, it's been trending down. So if it's been trending down, it has hit a bottom. Of course, now we'll be looking at it to create a double bottom. So we hit the bottom, it creates those two legs. It tries to pull back, creates a lower high, then goes back to the previous support to create double bottom. The same, it doesn't it doesn't continue below the support. Okay, so if we have a double bottom, it means you're going back to retest the previous high. So that's how a double bottom is created. So from this list, you want to look at all the stocks that have been bearish. If they've been bearish, there's a possibility of them going to retest the previous high to create that W pattern. Okay, so if the other thing, if they've been also bearish, they can go up. Okay, so if they come from the top, they go up. It goes back down, creates a higher low, goes back to the same top, and then continue down to retest the previous support. I know you guys know how to trade double bottom and double top. So we still have QQQ here. We still have SPY here. You will see all the semiconductors are here. Now, when you have such a list and you know what to expect, then it means if you're trading calls for that stock, you are not expecting it to go to heaven. It is supposed to go back, retest the previous support or retest the previous resistance. Okay, so already this is telling you this week, we are still going to not get those perfect moves, not unless that stock is under momentum. Okay, so QQQ is here, SPY is here. We have Baba, they've been bearish. They were previously in that list of possible reversal. Okay, Baba was there, so now it's been upgraded. It's here because it was trying to pull back. So when you see such a stock in this upgraded to this list, then you're expecting it may be a possible lot of this week. And I'd said watch for, it's supposed to create 3 higher highs. So you're gonna watch also for Chinese stocks. You can see MDB is here. Mostly it's tech stocks. Anet is also here, and Anet is reporting earnings. Is it today after market close? Okay, so it's already telling you what to anticipate. So some tech stocks, Google reported last week. McDonald's is reporting this pre-market, and I've seen they did well. They beat earnings, but it's still in this list. So if it was bearish, it was coming down. So now it's going back up. So you're gonna watch for the same thing, a double top or a double bottom. So it gauges your expectation. Whatever stock you see in this list gauges your expectation for that week. So we have KLR, KLRCX, NVIDIA, SMCI. The top semiconductors are here. So if you're seeing them here, then you already know when semiconductors are trending, you're trading QQQ. And we still have some tech stocks here. So SPY and QQQ, that's why they're featuring in this list. Okay. Then we have these stocks that Apple is also reporting earnings. So they've been bearish and attempting, either they're attempting to pull back or they pulled back last week. Okay. So we know Tesla, since it reported pre-ER, it was bearish, post-ER, it was bearish. It went down to 202. Okay, so we know BA was bearish. It attempted to pull back. ABNB, the same thing. CAT has been bearish. So this is where you can find the possible lotto either direction. So it's going to be a lotto trying to pull back. We know DE is bearish. FSLR is reporting earnings. CAT is reporting earnings this week. So this is a good list to watch. You're finding especially stocks that are reporting earnings. You can anticipate what can happen. Okay, so now we know it's been bearish. MA bearish, ISRG bearish. All these stocks, they've been bearish. So the ones reporting earnings, so this is what it's telling you. The stocks on this list were bearish and attempted to pull back last week. Attempted to pull back, or they pull back, it's supposed to be or pull back last week. So if they've been bearish, you're watching for 50% retracement. Okay, so a stock like CAT, it's reporting earnings tomorrow. You wanna look if it's bearish and it creates a higher low. It doesn't go back to the previous support. Then it means you can anticipate a pullback. If the pullback fails, then it will be having bearish continuation. So the possible breakout to retest or break previous bullish pullback levels. So if, for instance, BA, it pulled back, it didn't go to 200, it hit 199. So if it's gonna pull back again, will it go back to break this 199 to go higher? Or is it going to create a lower high and then you have a bearish breakout? It has a bearish continuation. Okay. So in this list is where I also say utilize counting days. If no pullback on multiple of threes. So from Monday, you're starting to count from last week. Those people who attended this week, you will understand what I'm talking about. We did counting days very well. So if that stock does not pull back in the 3 days, then you're watching for a bearish breakout. If a stock has been bearish and then you have consolidation for 3 days or 6 days, then you're expecting it's still weak. It can break out or break down. Okay, so from this list, you're also looking at stocks with narrow weekly CPR. We know what narrow weekly CPR means. It means that stock, it's either constricting, the CPR is constricting. The CPR, the blue line, looks like a straight line. The levels are so tied together, you're either going to get a breakout. If it's above CPR, you're breaking out. If it's below CPR, it's breaking down. So FSLR is reporting earnings. CAT is reporting earnings. Tesla is post-ER, and I told you guys, post-ER, Tesla is good. If it keeps going down, it rejected 200. We want to look, is it going to try to retest, go back up? From 200 usually goes to 212. 212, the next level is 237. If it breaks that 200, the next level going down is usually 180, 188. Okay. So Tesla, we know Snow has been bearish. These, all these DG, DLTR, they were in the reversal group, but now they are here because they pulled back and broke the previous lower high. So they had that change of character. Okay, FedEx has been bearish. All these stocks have been bearish. So from this list, there is a possible lot of either direction at some point during the week. And we see there's so many good stocks here and so many ER stocks in this list. Roku is, I don't know if Roku is here. Roku is also reporting earnings. Okay, and we have all the same AMD, RD, ASML has been bearish and trying to pull back, QCOM. These are the other semiconductors. So this week, semiconductors are not that strong. Okay. Now, this other list, this is where the key trend is bearish continuation. And last week, LGN was in this list. It was reporting earnings and we missed it because I never get the date when it's reporting earnings, but it was in this list. The key trend is bearish continuation. Okay, so if by Wednesday no pullback, watch for continuation. So when you have a stock you've already been told that is supposed to have a bearish continuation and it's reporting earnings, then you can gamble on puts. And we saw it drops over 65 points. Okay, so we have Alta here and we have SETG. SETG is reporting earnings. Roku is reporting earnings. Okay, I know SETG has been dropping and you can be like, where is it? Where can it drop to? I mean, we saw ENPH, it's been dropping and still after earnings, it still dropped like 20 points. So these stocks, the main ALGN is still here. Wayfair is also reporting earnings. This dropped, it's now headed to 40. Okay, so you're looking at, can it have the bearish continuation before they report earnings and then a possible pullback, or are they going to pull back before ER? That's what we saw with ENPH, LGN, slight pullback, shallow pullback, and then bearish continuation. ENPH was in this list also. Okay, so this is what you're watching for this. The key trend is bearish continuation. So don't fall in love with the pullbacks. That's where the problem comes in. Somebody will look at this list. Alta is there. They see Alta going up, pulling back. Then they get calls. And then they're like, okay, I'm holding. It's going to heaven. Then what happens? It creates a lower high. Instead of you trading the calls using the money to buy puts, you're holding. And then you lose even the gains you made with that pullback. So if you're not sure if you know you have a problem with trading pullbacks, just wait for it to create a lower high, have a level, target level for the pullback. If it doesn't hit that level, then you're trading puts. So this Wayfair is reporting earnings. SETG is reporting earnings. I don't know when Alta is reporting, but I know Roku is also there. And Riot is Bitcoin. I know Coin and MSTR are reporting earnings either this week or next week. So I haven't gone through that list, all of it. Okay. So the main trend here is bearish continuation. Okay. Now, this is the last one. So this is where you're watching for possible bullish reversal or bearish continuation. So this stock, they've been trending down for an extended period of time. Like Moderna, we know it's been trending down for months. I mean, it broke 100, it broke 85, the one we were waiting for. It broke 80, it hit 75. So it's been bearish. So if you guys remember, SE was also in this list. And then what happened to SE? You're watching for that first move. Even if you miss that first pullback, you want to watch if it pulls back. If it doesn't retest the previous lower high to have a change of character, it will try to go back down, then create a higher low. That higher low move is what you don't want to miss, because that is where we get confirmation is going to go back up. And Moderna did that, plus BNTX, I think 2 weeks ago, they pulled back, but they still didn't create a lower high. And then we had a bearish continuation. ENPH is still here. Okay, so it reported earnings, it continued down. GS it broke 300, you guys know, last week. Okay, TGT, it was in this list, I think last month it did that. It tried to pull back, but it's still here because it pulled back and then bearish continuation. So this is what you're either getting a bullish reversal or bearish continuation. So if it pulls back, and then it doesn't go to break character, change of character, then you're watching for bearish continuation. So these are possible auto for bullish pullback and bearish continuation if the pullback is complete and there is no change of character. So these are stocks we're watching for reversal. Okay, CVX also has been dropping. ILMN has been here for, I don't know how many months. It's been dropping. SQ, the same. UPS, the same. UPS reported earnings, so this is post-year. Zoom is going to report earnings, I think, this week or next week, I'm not sure. So you're looking for stocks that are reporting earnings, and you can tell what to anticipate. Okay, if they're still dropping and they create a higher low, then you're watching for that reversal. If they reversal or pullback, if they pull back and they don't go back to retest the previous lower high level to have a change of character, then you're watching for bearish continuation. Okay, so that's the last list. So each stock, you've been told what to anticipate for the whole week. And every Friday, when I go back to look, you will see these stocks played out the way I had told you guys they're gonna play out. If you come to this list, you can watch. Each stock is playing out the way we anticipated. So we already know the move that is gonna happen before even the week starts. And still, people want to just do those scalping stuff. I told you guys I'm very good in doing such kind of analysis, and it takes a lot of time to go through all these stocks. It's not just a matter of listing them. You have to go through the stocks, look at the levels. Have they broken the levels where they now become, they'll be trending down or trending up, or they can pull back at some point, or are they still doing zigzags? So it's a lot. And I know I don't want to say, okay, look at this, only 5 stocks, and then nothing happens with those. That's why I'm giving you guys options. You can either look for bearish continuation, you can look for reversal list, but these 2 lists are very good to get lotos. The one for where you're expecting a reversal here, because they've been trending down for months. So at any point, if you add counting days on these two where you're expecting continuation and we're expecting reversal, you might catch those moves. And mostly it's lottos. So for these ones, you want to catch, if it's pulling back, you'll be trading calls. And then if it doesn't break, then you are trading puts again. Okay. So the list really helps to guide, but if you don't look at it and every day you are just chasing all over the place, it's really a good list for guidance. Okay. Now, the other one is the potential. So last week we had crowd, we had ZS, we had Futu and SE. For those people who played this, I know I don't want to mention, but I know those people who played these two, crowd and ZS, and they did at least 3 to 5 contracts, they made at least 2,000 out of these two last week. Okay, so it's not just about and I said the strategies will be playing the 1, 2, 3 pullback strategy, which is good because you know what to expect. Crowd and ZS was supposed to create 3 lower lows, and they did. Futu, there was a pullback, went to 64, okay, and then a bearish continuation. So if you're trading pullback, just know you're not changing your mind now. Your mind doesn't change. The rules doesn't change, and now you're saying I'm holding calls. No, it was just a pullback. The key play was continuation to create these lower lows. So they really played well. Like Futu here, we had a pullback to 64, and then you're selling the calls, you're getting into puts, it dropped into the following day. And we saw how the contracts moved. So this week, we have BA. This one is supposed to create 3 consecutive higher highs or 2 consecutive higher highs and an inside day. So this is, I explained BA in the other list. If it doesn't pull back, it had attempted to pull back the last week. If it doesn't go to break 200, when it does those 3 higher highs, then you're expecting the trend to watch for is the bearish continuation. The same thing for BABA. I think BABA is 88. If it doesn't go back on the pullback, if it doesn't go back to 88 or break that 88, then you're not looking at calls, you'll be now looking at puts. If it creates a lower high or it fails to have a change of character, then you'll be looking at puts. Now, I said also watch other Chinese stocks. So BABA, we have Baidu, we have PDD, Futu, JD, Entes, all those Chinese stocks. They usually move together. When Chinese stocks are trending, they trend together. So just BABA is here, but you can also look at the other Chinese stocks. So BA, when BA is trending, you can also look at cruise stocks. We know NCLH reported earnings last week. BA reported earnings last week. So this is also a post-ER move. If it does not go back to 200, then it's a lower high, you're looking at puts. BABA, if it doesn't go to 88, and we know BABA from 88, it goes to 90, 93, 97. So if it fails to go even to 88, you are trading puts. Okay? So you are looking at 3 higher highs or 2 higher highs and an inside day. Now, when you have an inside day, it doesn't mean that trend is moved. That inside day is telling you if the next candle, the previous candle, and this is a daily candle, if it's an inside day, it means it has created a higher low and a lower high. It is giving you an opportunity, another opportunity for an entry. Okay? So it's either going to go back up or it's going to continue down. So on the day it has an inside day, and we saw that's what happened to Crowd. It had 2 inside days, or is it Meta? 2 inside days, giving you 2 days to look at the same stock and get another entry. And for Meta, it continued going down. So this doesn't mean you stop at it. When it creates an inside day, that inside day is giving you an opportunity for another entry. Okay. Now, this is 1, 2, 3 pullback bearish. It means these stocks were bearish and now they're having a bullish pullback. If the bullish pullback fails, you're looking at bearish continuation. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3 bullish pullback. We have ZS and Crowd are still in this list. Okay. So for ZS, if it doesn't go back to that once, I'm gonna use Spot to explain. So Spot is it was also in the squeeze list for daily. We looked at it, it was squeezing on daily and it was squeezing on weekly. Okay. So for ZS, these are the levels for ZS. If it doesn't on bullish pullback, if it fails to retest 173.45, it went up to 173 post-year. I don't know why I missed it last week. It reported earnings, and that's why it shot up to 173.45. If it doesn't go back to this level, we know it went to 173 and then came back down. If it doesn't go back to this level and creates a lower high, then you're watching for bearish continuation. Go break this support, 145.76. So there are only two levels you're watching for this strategy, the high and the low. If it fails to go to the high, you're looking at puts. If it fails to go to the low, you're looking at calls. So for Mera, we saw it was supposed to go to 274. When it rejected 274, you're now going back to calls. But still with calls, if it fails to go back to the 305, 315, then you're still looking at puts, bearish continuation. So pullback continuation, you're not just forgetting it. So you're still looking at those levels. So this is for sports. Then Crowd and ZS are still here. And then I said I'll be putting in small ATR stocks. So these are energy stocks. So you watch also for other energy stocks. We know CBX, they were going up, then they've been trending down. XOM, some of them are not in the momentum list this week. If you go through the list, you'll miss energy stocks. Okay, so this is MRO and BP. They're small ATR. So I said I'll be including small ATR stocks, and that's what you have. Okay. Now, I've put this 1 to 3 pullback strategy, and I've also put just other stocks that are not having any strategy. Netflix is here because it's also a post-year. And you know it had rejected 419, then it pulled back and broke below 400. So it was on a trend. It was on a bearish trend. When it reported earnings, that was a pullback from 345 to 418. So 418 was still a lower high. We know Netflix went to 485. So it's so clear it's a lower high. So when it's having that bearish continuation, there's a chance it can go back to 345, or it can reject that, create a higher low, and try to go back. We know a stock can attempt to hit a level up to 3 times. So that whole time it was trying to break 418. We know it failed. So we call it here, it fails 3 times, but that was the first attempt. Okay, so it can pull back, create a higher low, and try to go back to try to go for that 419 again. So on the pullback, and that's why I told you guys to trade Netflix on Wednesday, so on Thursday and Friday. I don't know if anyone looked at it. When I tell you guys about a stock, consider that an alert. I've told you what to do. It didn't break 419. You're looking at puts. It failed to break 419. You're looking at a pullback. It didn't break that 419. So that was a good play of puts Thursday, Friday. I don't know if it's still dropping. So you're watching for it. Is it going to go back to 345? If it doesn't go back to 345, you're looking at it trying to attempt that level again. Okay. MSTR, It's reporting earnings this week, I think. The same thing, it was bullish. It was only one of the few stocks bullish last week. So it's also here because it can be a good play pre and post CR. Meta, I explained why Meta is here. It either has to go back to 305, 315, 330. If it fails, then we're looking at it's gonna break 274 to go even lower. Cost is also here. So I've put this together because they are all retail, Cost, Walmart, and Low. So Cost failed to stay above 577. Then it came down, it broke below 565, 555. I think it went to 545. So you're looking at 530. If it doesn't go to 530, whatever Cost is coming from, it always goes back. The key level is to go back to 565. So if it doesn't go to that 530, we're looking at it going back to 565. That's the rule for Cost. The same rule for Chinese stocks. Wherever they're coming from, Baba 93, Baidu 138. Okay. Walmart, we know 165. So it's still it's been a while since Walmart hit that 165 level. I hope you guys are writing down because I won't have time to go through the charts through everything. I'm just trying to explain each watch list. So Walmart in September, it hit 165. It had been a while since it hit that level. That was the first time. Then it came down to 151, then went back up and created a lower high at 164. Okay. So we're looking at it, is it gonna go back? It was under momentum, and then it's I don't think it is under momentum this week. So the same thing for Walmart. Is it gonna go back to 165 to break that level? It's been a while. So now it's consolidating on that 165 level and dropping to 151. So if it doesn't break above 165, you're looking at it going back to 151 and even going lower. Low has also been trending down for so long. So it's either a pullback or a bearish continuation. The same thing for Into, it hit 550 2 times. That was a double top. Then it came down, went below 450. Sorry, 500. So this week it's not under momentum because it broke. It went from 550 down to 473. Okay, last week it was momentum, so it broke that support where now it either has to go back up to 500 and above, or it will continue going down. The previous support, 442. Okay, so these are possible plays because after that huge drop down, that's like 80 points. So even if you're getting half of it, 40 points, if it pulls back, that's a good play for the week. All these things, sorry for those people who still not have done the class, all these stocks you're looking at, you're adding all these things you're expecting plus counting days. It's gonna be good for those people who done the class yesterday and on Saturday. Any questions on the list? And I know I keep saying last Friday I even decided I'm not gonna ask who traded Crowd, who traded ZS, who traded the stocks on the 5K list. I said I'm not gonna ask because still very many people didn't even look at it. Okay. So I'm gonna look at charts, but I'm only gonna look at SPY and QQQ. I'm not looking at any other stock. So we'll be doing this every Sunday, and then every Sunday going over that list and what so every Sunday we'll be going through the list and also looking at charts mostly for the 5K play. that Sunday, beginning the first Sunday of November. And if we have anything to go over as a class, just only 30 minutes, and that will be it. When we do that, I will not be doing pre-market on Monday. If we go over the list on Sunday, I'll be taking Monday a break, and then we'll be doing pre-market Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Just because we've gone over the stocks on Sunday, we'll be taking more time doing charts on Sunday. So on Monday, I don't have to go over the same thing pre-market. We'll be going over SPY, QQQ, SPX, and then go over the 5K stocks and any other stock that we need to look at from the ones reporting earnings. So if that list of earnings, just go find out where is that stock listed under which group. Is it the group for bearish continuation? Is it the group for double top, double bottom? Is it under momentum? So that you're just translating the trend to expect. You're putting it back to know what to expect for those stocks reporting earnings this week. Okay. So of course, as we're going through the groups on the watch list every Sunday, we'll be going pointing out the stocks reporting earnings that the new week. Okay. Now, for the stocks that have been trending down, please utilize this indicator, the volume spike retracement. So right now, this is telling you QQQ has hit 344. If it's going to retrace, if the market opens and is going up, this is the level you're expecting it to go to. And that's the same level we're expecting on Friday. It didn't touch it. Okay, and this is a 15-minute time frame. It did not go to it, we came down. Okay, so now, if it's coming from top, this is the same level. We have to break this 344.8. But if it's going back up, so if you look at each time frame, you will get the retracement level. So for 1 hour, it's 350. For 15 minutes, it is the 349. Okay, so we know 350 is a key level. So whatever time frame you're looking at, it will give you the retracement level. And you see, as you go higher, let's say it breaks 350, sorry, then you know you're expecting it. We talked about this last the other Sunday, volume spike retracement. Dell, this is the indicator, because it's clearly telling you where you're expecting this stock to retrace to. So as you change to a higher time frame, you will see the levels, the retracement levels increasing. Welcome. The retracement level increasing. So on 2 hour, it is 355. On 4 hours, it is still 350. And then if it breaks this, we have 366. So we have 350 here and then 366. If you're seeing this on 4 hour, then it means if it breaks above 350 on the 4 hour chart, you're expecting it to go back to 366. Okay, on the daily is 350, 356, 360. So it's giving you those levels on a higher time frame. Now, if you're not seeing any levels for support, you have to go here and show you can extend the lines only just to get the levels. Okay, so this on the daily means if we keep dropping, we're going all the way to 305. On the 4 hour, we don't have. Whatever time frame you're looking at, you'll find a time frame that will give you okay. On 15 minutes, these are the levels. 343, 344. Okay, so if you're not seeing the retracement level down, either you're using this together with these 30 levels or the other levels. So I'm just talking mostly on if we're having a pullback, you're using this to show you where this stock is supposed to go back to if you're having a retracement. Okay. We're either going to go down to this level, and when the market opens, you will see it update. It will update and give you new levels down. Okay. But if you're not getting the levels, you can use 30. So now, these 30 levels, how they work, guys. It doesn't mean if it has told you this this is the daily range. When you go to the, and guys, there's no way you can have your chart with 10 indicators and you can tell me you know what you're doing. All these indicators have a purpose. They all are communicating and telling you something. So if you're going to the settings for the SARI, it is giving you a trading type. You're either day trading, okay, or you're multi-day trading, and this gives you levels for the week, for the entire week. Those are the levels you'll be watching the entire week. And I want people not just look at the day trade levels, because if these are the levels it was giving us from here, from last week, Monday. So this will be the levels you're watching for the entire week, from Monday. And you also need to add the extended one. If you're not seeing because sometimes if you're not adding the show the extension, it will just end. If you're only showing this, if you're not showing the extension, you might see the Fibonacci levels come to an end if those are the levels you're being given. So you want to also have the extension. So it's giving you those levels for the entire week. So and I told you guys, put the colors that you can know if this is an ATR level, or is this a target level, or this is a medium level. Okay. So we came from this 359. We had a week here going above this, but it still didn't go the ATR level. This is the target level for me, the purple one, 362. The ATR level is 367. And this for the week, the whole week. Okay. So when you're coming down, these are the same levels you're watching for. This is the previous close. So we came down. The minute you're breaking below this close, it means that stock is weak. We're going down, and that's what happened. We kept going down. We hit the target level, 346. Okay. We pulled back. We didn't even go to this I don't know, this is a lower target level, a lower level trigger. If you're breaking below this lower level trigger, then you're looking at lower support levels. Okay. So we didn't even go to this. This is on Thursday. We didn't go to 351. We kept going down. We hit the ATR level. The blue for me is the ATR level. We rejected it here, 341. Then when we pull back, we still didn't even touch 349, let alone going to this. So this was a lower high. We hit, this is intermediate for me, and we came down. So still the ATR, we haven't hit the ATR, 341. Now, today is Monday. It will update and give you. Multi is for the whole week. Swing is for the whole month. So from the beginning of the month, from October 1st, so it's the same like the CPR. It's just that the CPR is showing you CPR levels and the support. And this is Fibonacci levels. Okay. So from the beginning of the month, Monday 2nd, we are still in October. So it's telling you if we still keep going down, this is the target level. And I told you we were waiting to see if QQQ will hit 338, and SPY it was 408. Then below 408 we have 42. Okay, So this is the level for QQQ on the swing range. The swing range, the ATR is 32. So it means from the top to the bottom, you're supposed to hit the ATR level is this. It means if we keep going down, this stock can go all the way to 326. So each time you see a blue level, this is an ATR level. The blue is ATR level for me. So the next ATR level is 326. So on the monthly. So if you're using the day range, every day, that's what you're expecting for the day. But it's good to look at the weekly, those levels that were expected for the week and for the month, just to know where this stock is supposed to head to. But if you're still just scalping every day, you can use the daily range. But this is the best one to look at because it gives you a longer, the whole month. These are the levels we're expecting. The minute we broke below the previous close, we were coming down. Okay. I hope this is clear for those people who are confused. Now, it does not mean we have to go hit 326. It just means that's where it's supposed to go. So if it rejects that, it means it wants to go up. That's why when we are trading, we're looking for three things: rejection, retest, and break. So it doesn't mean if a stock, you're getting a call, it has to go to this level you're seeing here. No. Otherwise, we'll all be rich if stocks have to do what we want them to do. We would all be rich. They don't have to go to those levels. It means that's where it's supposed to, but still it can retest that level, it can reject that level, or it can break that level. The three things we look at every day, guys. Don't forget that. So don't be holding a tease and telling me it hasn't hit my level. No, that's not what we do. That's not what we do. We don't hold because the stock has not hit your level. The stocks don't go by your levels. Okay? That's why we have all these things we've learned. We know what to expect. So if a stock is communicating to you and telling you, I don't want to go to that level, it means you should be changing your focus from bearish to now to bullish, because a rejection means it's a stock has created a higher low or it has created a lower high. They don't have to hit your levels. If a stock is communicating, please accept that communication, take action. You don't just sit and say, I'm still holding puts and that stock has reversed, is going back up. Oh, I still have time. It doesn't matter if you have time on those contracts. If a stock has changed its mind, it has changed its mind, it's going back up. So whether you're holding puts and you have a whole year, that stock is going back up, you will not make money on it. You should be selling using that money you've made to get into calls. So stocks communicate. That's why we have this thing called lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high. There's a reason this is a lower high, is because it didn't go back to this level. Okay, there's a reason it's a lower low. It broke this support. This is another lower low. It's breaking support, creating lower lows. It's on a downtrend. We are bearish. We've been bearish since July. That has not changed. We are still bearish. So the two trends we are trading are pullback and continuation. When we pull back and we break the previous lower high level, that's where we have a change of character. Okay, so this was our lower high level here. We have this here, 361, and we have this. So the minute we are breaking above 361, there's a chance we'll be going back to this. The minute we are breaking this, it means we're no longer looking at puts, we're looking at calls going back up to where we came from. Okay, so don't have your own rules and you're sticking it to it and you're forgetting the stocks are the ones communicating to us. They tell us what to expect. Okay, so today, so we hit 342.35. Of course, on the monthly, we were supposed to go to, this was our target, to go to 338. So we're pulling back and still, we're still in October. So we're still looking at this level. If we're not going back to any level, this is the previous lower high level. We have this on Friday, of course, 348. We can talk about 350. So if we are still not going back to 350, we're looking at bearish continuation. So the key level is 338. That's where we're supposed to go to for QQQ. If it rejects this, then it means we are going to be looking at going back up. But there's a chance we're going to break this. So Friday was day 6. So today is day 1. Friday day 6 for QQQ, we still had a zigzag day. It went up and then came down. We didn't have just a bearish whole day, but we had a whole day bearish for possibly that's what I'm hoping for SPY. But for QQQ, you see, we went up and then came down. So when we have this kind of day, it means the following week we're still gonna be shaky, still gonna be up and down, up and down, up and down. That's for QQQ. For SPY, so SPY, we had this, we went up. I don't know if it was a perfect going down the whole day, but we'll see what this week gives us. So for SPY, we still have to break this level. And you can see that those target levels are here on this 30. So the ATR was supposed to go to 396.66. Okay. So if we are breaking below 408, we're looking at the key level is 402, but of course this 403, then 390. I know it's 397, but it's close to these levels you're seeing here. If we don't go back to 418, so our key level is still 418. So 418, the level that when we broke below it, the next one was 48. So if we are pulling back and the level is below 418, we're still looking at going lower. Okay. So here, the day we broke below 420, we had to go to 396. That's the full ATR, 30 points for the swing range. The cause, it has to be above 438. So there's no way we can be waiting for 438. So right now we are bearish. This is a level we are looking at. So if we are rejecting, that's why we are putting together all these strategies that we know, we learn, counting days, lower highs, lower lows, retest, reject, break. All those things communicate to us what that stock wants to do. So about 418, I always tell you guys when a SPY is 418, the next key level is 430, but I know they are in between. So you're using like here, just this level is the previous lower high level, 425, 438. You can still use these levels, or you can use the key levels, or you can use these 30 levels. So now we know the previous close is 427. We only have 2 days in this month, and then the swing levels will be updated. Okay, you can either do that or you can go here and it can update to the current levels. But I like just leaving them like that so that you know those are the levels we're expecting for the entire month of October. Okay, and you know it's Monday. We again every day. I mean, it's a lot of work, guys. There's no way you can plan on making all those huge amounts of money and you're not putting in the work. CPR, narrow CPR for the week. And I'm done. I'm not talking about any other stock. The levels I'm talking about is the same thing. You interpret it, whatever stock you're looking at today. It doesn't change. McDonald's reported earnings. So these are the levels. So the previous, it was bearish. It's been bearish for that it hasn't changed. It's rejected 300 here 2 times or 3 times. Then we came down to this. So our ATR target was 244. So we rejected it. and then it started pulling back, going to the close, which was 263, rejected it, pulled back, created a higher low, created a lower high, another higher low, then it's up, going up. So will it go back? So the ATR is to go to 282. But if it doesn't go back to 282, I have this level here. You're looking at these levels, 267, 270, 272, 275. This is the target level. So this is your target level. So you're either using target level or ATR level. When it's above this red one, that's the upper trigger. So upper trigger means is triggering that it will go up to the higher levels. The green one is the lower trigger. Just go to this and understand what all lower trigger level is. The green one, where when it goes below that, it's going to be bearish. Upper trigger is the red one. If it goes above that is going to be bullish, going up. So when it's above this 267, you're looking at now it possibly going to 270, 272 and hitting the target level, 275, and then possibly going to the ATR level, 282. So please understand how to use all these indicators. They are all there to guide you. They're not there to confuse you. Okay, so if you're having confusion, just find out why you're being confused with them. But it doesn't mean because it told you it's going to this level, it has to. No. You're either looking at retest, reject, or break. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Virginia. Let's get this money, guys.
Yes.